welcomes all of you for the fourth seminar on online. We are conducting for all the Cornic engineers and CMT trainees, and also many final year and civil engineering students. I'm very happy and honored to welcome all of you for this online program. This is the second phase program we are conducting for the Cornic engineers. Just to be offline, we completed 13 days. Now the 13 days we are doing offline. This is the fourth lecture. I think third lecture today we are scheduled. Engineer Ramesh Kumar B.N. is our resource person of the today's guest lecture seminar. And Engineer Ramesh Kumar also our well-wisher, and we associate with a lot of programs with his institute, current institute. And welcome you, sir, on behalf of the society and on behalf of all the participants and my own behalf. I welcome you, and also thank you for accepting our invitation and spending your valuable time with us. Before going to the topic, just a brief introduction about the speaker of the day. The engineer Ramesh Kumar B.N. Is currently a chairman of Prakruthi Institute of Environmental Studies and also a chief environmental officer retired from Karnataka State Pollution Control Board. He's having 4 decades of experience in the area of water, wastewater, and environmental, green audit, energy audit, and the audits also. Ramesh Kumar sir has served in Karnataka State Pollution Control Board from 1984 to 2019, almost 3.5 decades of experience, and is held various positions at Karnataka State Pollution Control Board and retired from the board service as a chief environmental officer in June 2019, having experience of technical, legal, administrative, and laboratory and management aspects related to compliance of environmental pollution control acts and rules, and also served as the different parts of the Karnataka state, Mysore, Bangalore, Gulbarga, Hassan, Belgaum, Banglore, and other districts. And he is also having held a lot of positions in Karnataka State Pollution Control Board as an administrative officer, legal officer, in charge of the NABL lab testing laboratories, and also member convener of Technical Advisory Committee. And important to note, a member of the committee constituted by NGT, National Green Tribunal, constituted a committee to look for the lakes, the 3 lakes under highlights of the Bangalore, Agra Lake, Belandur Lake, and Urtur Lake. A fact-finding committee has been constituted under the chairmanship of Justice Santosh Hegde. Ramesh Kumar sir also one of the members. Thank you, sir. Very happy to note all these things. And also traveled abroad very widely, visited many countries, England, France, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, many involved in many testing of all the water and wastewater and finding the cause and remedial measures. I'm very happy once again, sir, for your rich experience will make all our audience of the today, they will benefit. And he is going to address all of us solid waste management in residences. So actually we are doing an upskilling program for construction management and engineering economics. See, this is one of the part you have to consider. It may be a 10% or 20%. Construction management in management engineers knowledge, solid waste management is also very important, because we must know that how to save water, how to recycle water, how to manage the waste. The Bangalore is facing a very big problem with respect to solid waste management. Recently, the courts also revised the guidelines for how to manage this waste, and sir is going to address. He has given clearly the solid waste management in residences with respect to training and awareness program. Thank you once again. I'll welcome on behalf of my director and myself, and also I welcome Sanat Kumar. He is the online coordinator of the program for all the 13 days. Welcome Sanat Kumar, and also welcome all my officials of the society, and also all my students and HODs and Engineer Ashok from CMTI, and all other officials of the Skill Development Center. So now I request you please take over the session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
for your wonderful introduction. And after serving in Pollution Control Board for more than 35 years, I felt that there is a need to develop one institute exclusively for on environmental related issues. So after retirement from board service, this concept we have inculcated, and Prakruthi Institute of Environmental Studies has been formulated on August 2019. So today we are discussing on solid waste management in residences. As I came to know that Dr. explained that the audience is from engineering colleges and working engineers, CMTI, and construction management techniques and all they want to learn. During construction, lot of waste is also generated. So in that connection, how environmental sustainable development has to take place, how we have to manage solid waste. It may be solid waste, what is solid waste and all we will discuss in subsequent slides. So I served in the Pollution Control Board as Chief Environmental Officer. I started my career in Pollution Control Board and retired as Chief Environmental Officer. After that, we started this organization. I'm the chairman of this organization. Myself and another person, Mr. Srinivas, who is having a common effluent treatment facility. We are the directors of this trust, and we are managing the institute. So you can see this is a this circle. You can see what is this. This is the Earth. When you see from Voyager, tiny white dot in the picture, it is the Earth as seen from Saturn. One of the iconic photographs taken by a Voyager spacecraft from the vicinity of Saturn rings. You can see Saturn rings here. 7.6 billion people are staying in this dot, in this white dot. All the great kings like Alexander, all those who wanted to win the universe were fighting for this small particle of dust in universe. Strangely, the residents on this white dot have individual egos bigger than the universe. That is important. We want to conquer this white dot. It is not possible. We are very small, very, very small. We are staying on rent in this universe or in this nature, in Prakruthi or in Bhumi. Body ke. That means body, B-O-D-Y. This body is on rent. That's all. After once our term is over, we have to go back to the universe or towards Panchabhutagalu. So invest in our planet. This is the theme for World Earth Day. Why I am showing 22/4/22 World Earth Day slide? Because this is intended to promote environmentalism. Our conserving our nature and all. This is World Earth Day is for that. Created by Senator Gaylord Nelson in the form of Environment Teach, in that was organized in April 22 of 1970. So more than 2,000 universities, colleges, 10,000 primary and secondary schools, lakhs of people conglomerated in the Union Square of America, and initial Earth Day resulted in founding of the Environmental Protection Agency, as well as the adaptation of endangered species, Clean Air, Clean Water Acts. Subsequently, World Environment Day was celebrated. That we will discuss. So this year, every year, one theme will come on World Earth Day or World Environment Day. So this year theme is invest in our planet, because we have only one planet. We have to stay in this and we have to live in this. So we have to invest for this. So a green future is a prosperous future. We need to act boldly, innovate broadly, implement equitably. It's going to take all of us, all in business, government, citizen, how to make. We have to build awareness. We can coordinate with religious leaders to have places of worship declared plastic-free zones, municipal corporations to have low micron plastic bags banned, solid waste management should be done, segregate the plastic waste, large shopping centers to request them say no to plastic bags, visitors to not litter beaches, lands, rivers, mountains. So this was the theme. Based on that theme, these are all the awareness programs we can conduct. For example, one organization conducted one awareness program for this Earth Day. They have in Lalbagh, Bangalore, they have distributed cotton bags, cloth bags, eco-friendly bags, Save Earth with a mission on 17th April. So this is one way of celebrating. Instead of if you give cloth bags, or they will use it in place of plastic covers, polythene bags, and this will serve for a longer period. So coming back to our topic, so we will discuss a small introduction of our organization and why we need to discuss about solid waste and what is solid waste, effect of solid waste on environment and its management, and what are the laws prevailing for sustainable development and management of solid waste, and what are the pollution control laws, acts, rules, specifically with respect to solid waste management rules, and conclusion. So these are all the topics we will discuss now. We will go to introduction portion. So I just wanted to introduce this one. Our institute started on 16/8/19. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. You have to decide what difference you can make towards maintaining sustainable development. So Prakruthi Foundation is an NGO established objective on EHS, environment, safety, health and hygiene condition of the stakeholders. Activities are environmental awareness, safety and health awareness for industries, employees, college students and all, health camps, creating awareness in rural areas about hygiene, health, sanitation. We request all the participants to join with us for conducting this type of awareness programs or any type of this one. Prakruthi Institute is ready to join with you for join our hands with you for conducting all types of awareness organization activities. Our vision is enhancing the awareness of on environment, safety, health and hygiene among all cross sections of the society for a better tomorrow. To provide, and it is a platform for comprehensive knowledge sharing on all issues connected to EHS. So as I told in the beginning, so we have tied up with Eco Green Solution Systems and formed this organization. So what is Eco Green Solution System? It is a Bangalore based company functioning from last 16 years, and it is having a common effluent treatment plant for treating inorganic wastewater. It is 1 lakh liters per day capacity, and we have an environmental monitoring laboratory, which is MOEF and NABL accredited laboratory, and ISO 14000 also accredited. And environment Eco Green Solutions is having environment consultancy services also, and they manufacture equipments also, design and install sewage treatment plants and effluent treatment plants. As Nirmiti Kendra people are, they are experts in civil engineering, so they can also think of designing, installing sewage and effluent treatment plants for various parts of their cities, towns. So this is our organization. This is the effluent treatment, let's say common effluent treatment plant, and these are all the equipments we manufacture. This is the laboratory, and these are all the tanks for collection of effluents. So what type of training programs we have organized? We have conducted more than 25 offline programs and more than 100, 200, 500 programs, online webinars, etc. So these are all consisting of air pollution management, water pollution management, STP operators and helpers, waste management, environmental audits, compliance monitoring for the environmental clearance conditions, environment impact assessment, handling of equipments, monitoring, sampling of air, water, noise, soil, occupational health, and services for educational institutions. Offer to introduce techniques to green a campus, and conduct a green audit, energy audit, environment audits to reduce. As the professor told, we have conducted more than 10-15 audits for more than 10-15 engineering colleges, first grade colleges and all. So this is our institute. It is located in near in Sadashivanagar, near to what do you call Palace grounds, and it is a dedicated institute. Objective of training and guidance among various stakeholders, environmental, health and safety, equip the student, freshers, professional knowledge and skill in the field of environmental engineering sciences. Every year we receive more than 50 students from various colleges for their training, internships, and also for project works. Even very recently, last year, about 40 students of Nagarjuna Engineering College, they joined hands with us for their training. About for 10 projects, they worked with us in our laboratory and all. Training sessions are, we plan, our target groups are specific to the purpose, and our experts are more than 25 experts are there with us. So we select the experts depending on the target groups. So it is associated with Eco Green Solution, and we have we are having we have signed memorandum of understandings with various colleges and institutes to name Gujarat Cleaner Production Center Gujarat, and Nagarjuna College, Siddhartha Institute, Nitte Meenakshi, and various other colleges. And yesterday I signed one MOU with one MBA college, and also Dr. Ambedkar College of Technology, Institute of Technology. So our training programs, just to name, from 19 of September, we conducted up to 28 to 20. We have conducted more than 12 trainings. After that, because of COVID-19, we started with online, more than 20, 30, more than hundreds. We conducted webinars. Subsequently, in 2021, we started with, in Ballari and Koppal, we conducted Air Pollution Control Acts, compliances, sampling, etc. So webinars, I named very few. So coming back to our main topic, I request all the participants to join hands with Prakruthi Institute for conducting training programs or awareness programs, what sort for your research activities, for your projects, everything. We are there to support you people. So coming to this global average surface temperature, you can see between 1880 to 1940, there was a reduction in temperature annually, 0.2 to 1 degree. After that, 1940 to 2020, and specifically 1980 to 2040 years, there is an increase. Every year, there is an increase in temperature. Why? This is because of industrialization. Earlier concept was small industries, cottage industries. But subsequently, when our honorable government and all, they felt without industrialization, we will perish. So public sectors, different types of industries, production, manufacturing activities, green industry, instead of pollution control or sustainable development, they started the industries without giving more emphasis on pollution control. So they left and right started producing. Their motto was only profit and not on production, not on pollution control. So they started polluting the rivers, lakes in and around of the country or world. You can see Minamata disease in Japan, Thames pollution in UK. All those things are all because of industrialization in 18th and 19th centuries. So even Paris Accord, they have thought of sustainable developments in 2014. They have identified 17 goals and 156 aspects. And these are all: no poverty, zero hunger, good health, well-being, partnership for the goals, peace, justice, life below water, life on land. This means all the 17 towards Goals are challenged for humanity to decide economic growth from climate change, poverty, and inequality. So in this, you can see green building can contribute about 7 goals, not 7, it is 9 goals. In 9 goals, goal number 3, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17, all these towards greening the environment. Our green buildings, our green campuses, green structures, how to pollution control measures, these are all contributing towards sustainable development and zero development. So our growth will be there. During CAPEX 2020, recent one, 26 also, they have discussed about this only. Honorable Prime Minister spoke on this. I will show in subsequent slides. So you can see here also, that is green buildings, here green campus. You can see same 3, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17. These goals are enhance people's health, well-being, productivity, create jobs, key part of sustainable cities, and Infosys, Wipro, Apple, all those things. You can visit their websites. You can see how they have developed their campuses, and they have made achieved zero discharge technologies and all. So you can see in 2025, if you don't reduce, Indian firms may lose $274 billion cut carbon emissions. More than 75% of foreign multinational companies are planning to remove suppliers from India if the Indian companies do not achieve or do not cut carbon emissions. So coming back to pollution aspects, environmental progress card, it will show how we are going to pollute our Mother Earth. Nearly 4 million children died annually as a result of acute respiratory infection caused by air pollution. WHO estimates that 1 out of every 4 deaths is due to environmental problems. More than 50 species per year are lost. With this trend, in next 50 years, a quarter of species could vanish from Earth. Forests are declining at the rate of 5% annually. 1.1 billion people lack of access of adequate drinking water, and 1 to 4 degree centigrade rise in the average temperature by 2080. 784 million people around the world are without basic water. Around 80% of India water is severely polluted. In Karnataka, we have 17 polluted river stretches. And on the other day, Dr. Kumaraswamy, honorary director of our organization, he explained which are all the stretches in Karnataka are polluted and what are the steps government is initiated to revive the polluted rivers. Water being undrinkable and to rely on illegal and expensive sources. Each year, more than 1.5 million Indian children die from diarrhea, that is water-based pollution. Then India ranks 120 out of 122 countries in terms of water quality. So that means we are at the last, what survey has done for 122 countries, water quality has been analyzed. We are ranked in 120th place. You can see how our quality of river water is polluted. So, as I discussed earlier, the period of 70s experienced an accent globally industrialization, leading to degradation of the environment at a high phase. Need was felt. So, in this way, Stockholm Conference in 1972, it is conducted. That day is known as World Environment Day. Between 5th and 16th of June 1972, this program has conducted, and more than 150 countries have participated. Our former Prime Minister was also actively participated, and during that, after that conference only, UNEP, United Nations Environment Program, has been established. It is a global champion for the environment with programs focusing on sustainable development, climate and biodiversity, and more. So from 5th of, that's why this time, this is the 50th year of Stockholm Conference. So Sweden, again, Stockholm is hosting this Environment Day in Sweden, Stockholm. So 50th anniversary of World Environment Day, to say only one earth is the slogan for this year theme. We have to care, share for this earth for a sustainable development. The conference laid the foundation of environmental legislations in India. Earlier to that, we were not having any dedicated legislations, laws, acts, rules on environment. After this conference only, we got it, and that is first 1974 we got Water Act. That we will discuss later. In India, Bhopal gas tragedy, which is one of the, this one, 1984 it has occurred. After that, the urgent legislation in the field of environment is also required. One umbrella act is required, they felt. So in 1986, Environment Protection Act and Environment Protection Rules have been formulated. What is environment? Ecology. Relationship of life forms with each other and with their surroundings is known as ecology. And sum of conditions affecting a particular organism, that may be me, you, or anyone. It is including surroundings, physical surroundings, climate, influences of other living organisms. What is environmental pollution? The presence in the environment of any environmental pollutant. It may be water, air, odor, noise, all these are called environmental pollutions. Factors of environment: sunlight, rainfall, temperature, humidity, and wind. If you see our Bhagavad Gita or Veda, etc., there they will say Panchabhutas, that is sunlight, Agni, rainfall, water, temperature, gali, humidity, earth. Like this, these Panchabhutas are created as, and these are all contributing factors for environment. If you are having a good atmosphere, good ambience, it will be like this. It is a clear water in forest area. You can see the image and all. So if it is polluted, this will be like this. Dirty water in city area, less vegetation cover because of clogging of drains and all. Water is inundated in everywhere. So you can see why this is all because of we people, we caused pollution, and we have this solid waste, improper management of solid waste, plastic, all these things have contributed towards this type of water pollution or air pollution, all other. So I told you various environmental acts have been enumerated in after 1972 Stockholm Conference. The first act came in 1974. It is Water Prevention of Pollution Act 1974. In this, various amendments are being added. After that, we had Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Rules 1975. Earlier to that, we were not having any acts. Then 74 to 75, we started implementing water acts. Subsequently, between 74 and 81, there was no act on air pollution. So only water pollution was more, emphasis was given for water pollution because of what you call fish kill and all in various rivers, sea and all, lakes, etc. So after that, Air Pollution Control Act came in 1981. Rules came in 1983. As I told you earlier, so after Bhopal tragedy, we felt that there is a need for umbrella act covering water, air, biodiversity, other waste. So we got Environment Protection Act in 1986 and rules in 1986, and we various rules like under environmental protection rules, we got hazardous waste management, handling and transport movements in 1989. It is amended in 2008. And after that, earlier it was only hazardous waste. They added other waste management, and in 2016. Then biomedical waste management handling rules 2000, and it is amended in 2016. Municipal Solid Waste Management and Handling Rules 2000, amendment in 2016. Recycled Plastic Manufacture and Usage Rules 1999, amended in 2003 as Plastic Waste Management Handling Rules 2011, and again it is amended in 2016. Draft rules are also came for plastic. Now it is under process. So manufacture, storage and import of hazardous chemical rules 1989 came. This is for storage of various chemicals. So 139 chemicals have been identified by Government of India, which are highly hazardous. So they want for how to store and what are the emergency measures, on-site, off-site emergency measures, emergency plans, who has to prepare, who has to monitor. On this, this act, this rules is explaining. And then battery rules. This is exclusive for lead acid batteries, and draft rules have come for lithium and cobalt batteries. That will be, I think it will be issued shortly. And Public Liability Insurance Act. This is connected to storage of import hazardous chemicals. If any accident occurs suddenly, as last year, a accident occurred in Visakhapatnam, styrene gas leakage. So like that, if anything is happening, so Public Liability Insurance Act will come into picture immediately, and it will take care of the whole thing. And E-Waste Management Rules 2011, amendment in 2016, and draft rules on e-waste management has come last week. If anybody is interested, please go to Ministry of Environment and Forest website, and they can see the draft rules. And if you find any comments to be made, you can write comments on this and send it to ministry, so that they will examine the comments and release. So construction and demolition waste rules 2016. This is, as your professor told, various engineers, civil engineers exclusively from Nirmiti Kendra and Dalar participating in this webinar. So construction demolition waste rules is very much applicable to them, and we can have one more session on only construction and demolition waste rules 2016. What are the roles and responsibility of individuals, municipalities, industries, and who is generators, and all we can have. So if you go through this solid waste, it may be hazardous waste, it may be biomedical waste, it may be municipal solid waste like garbage, recycled plastic, it is also a waste, and then waste batteries, electronic waste, electrical waste, and construction demolition waste. Other than liquid and solid, liquid and gaseous and noise, everything is solid waste only. But specifically municipal solid waste, today we are discussing. You can see this is a liquid waste problem. This is Yamuna River pollution, lot of foam. You can see more than, for example, in when I was doing survey on Belandur Lake and Agara Lake catchment area, we came to know that more than 20 tons of detergents is being used every day, and it is going to our stormwater drains and causing foam. This is also in Delhi during Deepavali, some festival, they perform puja. This is, you can see how in the foam they are standing and making puja. So now coming back to main topic of our, this is a background what I have told, how solid waste management rules came into this one. Madam Almitra Patel during 1995-96, she filed a case in Supreme Court on improper management of solid waste, garbage from the municipalities. So it went to Supreme Court has heard on that, and directed Ministry of Environment and Forest to formulate the solid waste management rules, and accordingly in 1999 draft came. Based on the draft, Pollution Control Board of Karnataka has conducted one big seminar on this. Almitra Patel, she is from Bangalore only. We invited her as a chief guest and a guest speaker, and she briefed what are the things to be done by various local bodies, municipalities, and what are the responsibilities of individuals, district authorities, government, etc. So based on that, final rules came in 2000. Like the story of solid waste generation rules came. So coming back to this, waste, what is waste? Waste is referred to a substance that is discarded after its primary use and not used afterwards. So for example, you are purchasing on shirt or pant or dress. So once you use for some period and you discard it, it will be a waste for us. And you may dispose as a garbage also. So that is a waste. Solid waste, these are all unwanted substances that are discarded by human society. This is very important. Myself, you, yourself, we are all belonging to this society. These are all unwanted substances. This you have to convert as resource. Then only proper management is carried out. Liquid waste, waste generated from washing, flushing, manufacturing process of industries or domestic activities are called liquid waste. I told detergent, washings, these are all liquid waste. Medical and clinical sources of waste, these are all biomedical waste. Agriculture sources of waste, your trash, bagasse, all those things are all agriculture source of straw. All these are agriculture. So industrial sources of waste, waste from effluent treatment plant, process residues, all these things are industrial sources of waste. Waste from construction and demolition. If a new building is constructed, if a old building is demolished, then you get steel, iron, wood, concrete, cement, bricks, waste bricks, stone. All these are waste from construction and demolition section. What is the background? Why this is important? Solid waste management, why it is important? Because rapid urbanization. You can see when we got the independence in 1947, our population was around 30 crores. Now we are exceeding 120-30 crores. So that means this is rapid urbanization. Most environmental problems in the present context is linked to the waste disposal costs associated with high levels of production and consumption. And throwaway society, price, how to handle all the waste that is generated. This is very much important. Throwaway society. We, NIMBY. NIMBY means NIMBY, not in my backyard. This principle we adopt. All our Indians, our friends, or whatever we call, we prefer whatever the waste is generated, we don't want to treat or dispose in our own premises, not in my backyard. That means we throw it to our adjacent building, or backside vacant lands, or backside street. So it should not be, we should be clean, but others may be polluted. So that should be stopped. Solution is not reducing, reusing, recycling, composting, but also complete re-education of how we live. This is very much important. As I told in the beginning itself, Prakruthi Institute is started to serve the society towards educating the people on environmental management and all those things. If anybody, one among you people, implement some of the issues what we discussed today, and you educate your people, that will be a wonderful thing. So that some people will learn segregation of waste at the source. All those things very much important. So uncollected solid waste is a public nuisance due to aesthetic considerations, public health. Wind-blown dust can carry pathogens and hazardous materials. Diseases can spread through the food chain. Environmental damages, it may be contaminating soil, groundwater, surface water, and air quality. Air pollution, when gases are generated by decomposition of waste within an open dump and uncontrolled burning, it is also causing air pollution. How much we are generating? This is about 2 years back data. It may be much more than that. It is about 67 million tons per annum. Total generation in India. Out of this, 62 million tons is municipal solid waste. Only 75 to 80% of the municipal waste gets collected. And remaining 20%, 25% it is going to directly to rivers or storm water drains, everything. Out of 75-80%, only 20 to 25% is processed and treated. Remaining is disposed indiscriminately at dump yards. You might have seen in newspaper last month, Delhi dump yard has been fire accident has occurred and a lot of waste has been burned and the entire area was having air pollution, and similar thing happened in Bangalore also. So this is always is a problem when we indiscriminately dump your waste plastics, tires, tubes, plastic, everything will cause if any burn occurs or any fire occurs, so it will be causing air pollution. And if rain comes and if it rains, so that water also take over all the ash or whatever dust to the rivers, and river water pollution occurs. Like this is a never-ending story. We should, when you stop properly segregate and use it, then only this problem is reduced. So you can see what is the solid waste constituents. Organic is only 47%. It is more. It is 47%. Paper is 8%. Rubber 8%. That waste, tires, tubes, your washers, whatever it may be, rubbers, what do you call, medicine bottles, rubber gaskets, whatever, something like the chappals, everything is constituting 8%. Metals 1%, because other metals and all recycled, only 1% may be reaching the solid waste. This one, glass 1%, rags, it may be cotton rag, textile rags, all those things 5%, and other inert is 30%. So you can see this is the only 30% is the actual solid waste. These are all 70%. You can, if you properly plan, you can reuse, recycle, and recover. So it should not go to your waste side, dump side. Then only you can achieve a sustainable management. So it may be you can convert into fuel and energy, compost as a beautiful manure, or you can make Nirmiti Kendra. I was telling, so you can try this concrete bricks using plastic or recycled material, construction debris and all. You can convert to C&D waste products like pavers, etc. And then paper, glass, tin, plastic. This can be given back to the recyclers. So this will reduce your 70%, only 30%. As we saw, about 67 million tons per annum. If you convert into this one, it will be only 20 million tons for the entire India. So that is good thing. So proper willpower is required for converting this. It may be a technical will or political will or individual willpower. So challenges, what is challenge? Growing India. So that means more waste with changed quality, different types of qualities are coming. Actual quantum and characteristics of waste is not known. Exact quantity we cannot, it is an estimate only. And misplaced emphasis of land dumping. So a scarce land, it requires 66,000 hectares. So that much of land is not available, and good land is used for just for land dumping. It is not good. Poor sanitation and public health, no or less resource recovery. These are all challenges. And this activity is done by informal sector. They are collecting partially, and if there is some money in that, they collect, and remaining thing they throw the rest. You might have seen in villages or towns, thin plastic flags. It is like a flag, like pink color, green color, carry bags are all, it will be in the dump sites or in road sites. Why? Because informal sector, they don't collect this, because if full day, if they collect, they may collect half a kg of that. It may not fetch more than 5 rupees. But you cannot find milk carry bag covers in this solid waste garbage. Why? It is thick, more than 70-80 micron size. So that gives about 20 to 30 rupees per kg. So that informal sector, rack pickers, they prefer thick bags instead of thin bags. That's why plastic waste, banning of plastic act came, and Karnataka state on 11/3/2016 have banned single-use plastic, all those things that we'll discuss separately. Centralized and decentralized. If you have centralized, there may be collection, transportation. These are all problems. If you make decentralized, you have to select good proper site. It should not affect the local lights, and you can make financial and technical crunch at municipal. This is very much important. So funds released to municipal authorities is not very much, and it is not manageable for the garbage management. However, now under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and all, a lot of funds are being pumped to the municipal authorities. So, as I told earlier, if a chief officer or governing body of the municipality, if they mind, they can convert this into a beautiful project. Illiterate, uneducated, unaware public, if even though they are very much aware, they are adopting NIMBY principle. That is, that should not be there. India growing more waste. GDP growth is 5.54%. Now 8% is projected. After Corona, it has come down now. Manufacturing rate is also 4% to 7% projected. And it is also, there is a change in 22 GDP growth. Last week, Honorable Reserve Bank Governor also told all these things. Present scenario is, as per 2011 census, 1.28 billion was the population. 31, the projected is 1.7 billion. Urban population is 377 million, and by 2031, 600 million will be the projected population. So all are from the villages and all, because of high-tech lifestyle. So everyone is migrating to population towards urban cities and all. Waste generation is also proportionately 62 million. It may be 165 million TPA, because this may be contributed because of your Swiggy, Zomato, all those people. They started parcel culture and all. Work from home culture has also started getting more of waste, solid waste. Now we get packed food from various places. So package material is also solid waste. Land disposal, 1240 hectares per year was required. If this in the same growth, if it is going, 66,000 hectares per annum is required for land for disposal, if we don't adopt our what you call recycle, reduce principle. Challenges, we discussed this. Solid waste management. What is the definition of solid waste management? Associated with the control of generation at the generation stage, storage site, collection site, transfer and transport side, processing and disposal of solid waste with the best principles of public health, conservation, economics, engineering, aesthetics, and other environmental considerations. Solid waste management includes all. It is not only individual's job. It is administrative job, financial implications, legal implication, planning and engineering functions. They are all put together is solid waste management. So this is collection. You can see that all mixed heterogeneous waste being dumped without any gloves and all. This will cause a problem to them, health problem. So like this, you can see how waste is disposed. This we have made a Pollution Control Board of Karnataka has made one survey during 2018-19 that how many gray spots, this is called as gray spots or black spots, are there in Bangalore, only Bangalore. So we identified more than 1,000 gray spots in Bangalore, and we have marked which are all the location, latitude, longitudes, and all. We prepared a report. Pollution Control Board has prepared a report and submitted to the government. But I think so far no action is being taken on this. These are all handling of waste to the, this is ward-wise collection and giving to the big vehicle. This will take over to dumping yard or processing plants. So this, you see the quality of vehicle. Nowadays, I think we have better vehicles. Earlier to that, this type of vehicle, this was under open vehicles, tractors and all were used. So that was causing a lot of problem. So disposal. If a vehicle is not working, so they dispose on land illegally, and or stormwater drain. This is actually stormwater drain is meant for stormwater, that is rainwater only. But you can see your sewage, industrial waste, all those garbage, everything put together, and it is flowing in this. This is the a pathetic situation in Bangalore. About 1,000 this type of discharge of what you call stormwater drains were being used, were identified by BWSSP authorities when we were doing under Justice Santosh Hegde committee. BWSSP submitted that 1,000 such type of missed links are there, and they have planned to connect all those things. But I think it requires more than 100 to 500 crores. I don't know whether government has supported this or not. So you can see how waste is dumped. This is a very recent photo. You can see the covers, carry bags. Well-educated ITBT engineers, all these people, they bring in their car or motorbike or scooters and throw in this common area, and they go. Instead of that, they could have stored in their own premises and hand over to Paura Karmikas. That will solve more than 50 to 75% of this nuisance. That is the awareness very much required. I request you people to conduct awareness programs in your areas, in your places. You show this type of photographs of your locality and educate your people. So generation, we have discussed what was in 1997, Bangalore 1,500 tons. 2016, 4,000 tons. Now it is 5,000 tons. Mumbai and all 5,000 to 5,500. Now it is 8,000 to 10,000. Segregation, not segregated at source. Even if segregated, not being collected separately by Paura Karmikas, this is one big gray area. And disposal of hospital waste and e-waste for example, if a house or home is having some diabetic patient, daily insulin injection and all they may take, that they have to segregate and hand over to Paura Karmikas separately as biomedical waste. These things should be done. Collection, irregularity. They may not come daily. They may come once in 2-3 days, 5 days. That is also problem creating this one. If your what you call organic waste is collected within 24 hours and processed, it is a very good resource. If it is more than 24 hours, it will putrefy and it will not be good, and it starts smelling, odor nuisance, all those things come. Efficiency, 70 to 90% of major metro cities and 50% in smaller towns. This is the efficiency of our government or local body in collection, managing of this one, and it is much less in smaller towns. In North Karnataka area, it may be 30-40% only. So transportation also inadequate number of collection and transport vehicles. Now the under Swachha Bharat Yojana, lot of vehicles have been given, but it should be properly used, not provided segregated bins. Individual houses are not having segregated bins in the apartments or individual houses. They should manage 2 bins, 3 bins, 4 bin system, then it will be used. And uncovered lorries, as I told you, some tractors were being used, open tractors, that will cause nuisance. Spilled garbage during transportation, it will spill out. That is also a problem during the, if you use uncovered lorries. Collection details and routes are not planned. It is GPS and all, they are not provided, so that they take their own location, and in between they discharge or dispose to drains or roadside in the low level areas, dump it. This is disposal. Few designated dumping yards. This is one of the disadvantage. Our dumping yards or disposal processing plants are more than 30-40 kilometers away from the main town, city, or something like that. So that is also very few. Instead of that, they should decentralize and have more designated dumping yards, so that the processing will be very easy. Now in Bangalore, for solid waste, that means dry waste, they have done a wonderful job. Out of 193 wards, 198 wards, more than 185 dry waste collection centers and what do you call separation, segregation centers have been provided, and everything is there only. They recycle. ITC and civic society, Hasiru Dala, about 3-4 Sahas, all those people are working on this. So this is a wonderful program in Bangalore, and Mysore also, they are doing very good. This one last year, I think Mysore got a second prize in India. Indore got first prize. Some of the best practices adopted in Indore also I will discuss later. And identifying the location for dumping is also a problem, because the locals oppose. Because if it is improperly managed, it is smell nuisance, odor nuisance, fly nuisance, dog nuisance, all nuisances will be there. If it is properly managed, then everything will be solved. When I was serving in pollution control department, I was regularly inspecting Mandur area in Hoskote, near Hoskote. That was a dump site of our Bangalore city, one dump site, one among 3, 4, 5. So there, the people were public meetings were also conducted. People are expressing lot of mosquito nuisance, house fly nuisance, dog nuisance, everything is there. Water is also contaminated. So these problems, locals, they don't want to their area, near that area. So outsourcing agencies. So what agency will do, that means what our authorities will do, and they outsource these problems to various contractors. So monitoring of this contractor is very much required. So few people, they do a very good job, and few people, they dispose indiscriminately. So for that, they should have a common yardstick and GPS, and all provided vehicles should be there, and proper monitoring mechanism should be provided, so that you can have control on management of solid waste. The land is provided by local bodies, and at times it is the responsibility of contractor to dispose. So contractor will dispose somewhere, even though municipality, because it is far off place. So their diesel, petrol, that will be to save. So they use shortcut methods, and that is causing the pollution. So this is a certificate given by Karnataka State Pollution Control about 3 days. I just wanted to share this with you. This is a recognition of green building apartment by KSPCB, Karnataka State Pollution Control Board, Government of Karnataka, and the letter dated was 22/5/2022. What the apartment is recognized as one among eco-friendly apartments in Bangalore to be selected as green buildings by KSPCB. That means they have selected some hundreds of apartments, and out of that, they made some yardsticks, the questionnaire, and they inspected, our officers inspected, and selected some 23 some 23, 25 apartments, best among hundreds of apartments, and they have recognized the services on efficient use of energy, water, resources, including waste segregation. This is very much important. And ethical methods of reuse. Ethical, it is very much important. And good indoor air quality measures employed to handle pollutants, increasing socioeconomic benefits. How they have done? These are all the results. Intensive focus on segregation. So everyone is educated. In the apartment, there may be 100, 200 flats. So everyone is educated to segregate the waste into dry and wet waste. Full capacity composting in premises with OWC. Organic waste converter is being used, and whatever they generate organic waste, compostable waste, full it is composted. Then even the green leaves, dried leaves, also composting facility has been provided. Introduction of e-waste and construction debris waste drives. This is also very much important. E-waste management, construction debris waste management. If a battery cell or if your printer, whatever, electric bulbs, tube lights, if it is disposed to solid waste, again it will become toxic. So separate bins have been provided, and it is a drive and upgradation of STP. This is towards water pollution and good practices in consultation of BWSSP, Bangalore Water Supply and Drain, Bangalore Water Supply and Sanitary Board, and Pollution Control Board. Because why I'm telling, in Karnataka we all know what is BWSSP and what is PCB. So the friends who have joined outside Karnataka, so that's why I am telling this is Water Supply Department and this is Pollution Control Board. So you have to visit their websites or to their offices and discuss with them what type of good practices you can adopt in your individually or in a collective manner, in a group manner, ward manner, or area manner, so that you can go for a good practice. So 3-4 days back, my friend also expressed on this Kasada Tottiya, the Kedarnath. Kannada, it is Kedarnath, one of the good pilgrimage place. It is Char Dham Yatra. Suddenly, after 2 years of rest, visiting to Char Dham has increased. Lakhs of people per day visiting to Char Dham. I am also one among them. I visited Char Dham last week, and I saw a lot of waste is being disposed indiscriminately like this. So that's why I put this photo to show how these are all hilly areas. This is the Char Dham temple in Kedarnath. You can see ice, everything. And this is Shivalik hill region of Himalayas. And this waste, it is not hundreds of years it will take for decompose. This is our awareness. We spend lakhs of rupees for visiting these places, but instead of managing this waste properly, instead of putting it to dustbins, we dump indiscriminately like this. We are all educated people, but we dispose like this and causing our Mother Earth a pressure on our Mother Earth. So what they are told is, a scientist has told that 2013 we have a big landslide and accident in Kedarnath. It may happen again. So last week I went on 15th of this month, and from 2-3 days back, Kedarnath temple has been closed because of heavy rains and flood and ice formation. So now these are all the steps what we have to take, that individually or collectively or community wise we discuss. Now as per law, what are the provisions we have to discuss? What are the provisions? What are the individual responsibilities? We will discuss. This is Municipal Solid Waste Management and Handling Rules 2000. This is the first rules which has come in 2000, and subsequently, as I told you earlier, 2016 we had amendment that we will discuss. What is the differences we had and all. See here, what is the how this is an inverted pyramid, and this is all indiscriminate disposals. So if you improperly dump, it should be like this. If you use this one, source reduction by segregation, and what are the possible reuse and give it to recyclers, and if possible resource recovery, and municipalities or local bodies and Nirmiti Kendra and all, they can support for waste to convert the waste to energy or waste to compost like this. Incineration or landfilling will be very little. This much only landfilling. As I told you earlier, 30% is the only landfilling, this one inert material. So if properly managed, you get a beautiful compost like this that we can make use for this one. MSW means commercial and residential waste generated in either solid or semi-solid form in a municipal notified area. These are all what you call definitions as per Act. So applicability of rule, it is applicable to every municipal authority responsible for collection, storage, transportation, treatment and disposal. It is applicable to municipal authority. Municipal authority means we. Municipal authority, they will direct us to prepare. It is our responsibility for proper collection, proper storage, proper transportation, proper treatment and proper disposal. And responsibility of implementation, Deputy Commissioner of the state district is responsible for this, and Secretary of the Urban Development Department for metropolitan. We have 10 metropolitan cities like Hubli, Dharwad, Gulbarga, Belagaum, Mangalore, Mysuru, and the Secretary Urban Development Department is responsible for this. And our Karnataka State Pollution Control Board or any pollution control board for that matter, the roles are grant authorization for waste processing facilities. It is a technical, since it is pollution control, it is a technical supporting body. So they will examine waste processing process, technology, facilities, and landfill sites, and then they give authorization or license to municipality to process, and then regularly pollution control board monitors the groundwater in and around the this site, and ambient air quality around the solid waste disposal sites. Even this compost also pollution control board analyzes once in a way. Segregation of waste at source is very important factor. That means we individual residences or apartments, it is a very much important. Composting and incineration, energy recovery of biodegradable waste, and landfilling of inert waste are the common disposal methods that should be adopted by local bodies. Deputy Commissioner will monitor this. Pollution Control Board insisting for providing organic converters at community levels. Just now we discussed about this. One apartment has been recognized as the best apartment, environment friendly apartment, because they have installed organic converters and they convert all the compostable waste into good manure and use for their own greenery. That has to be made. You people, you please discuss with your own communities, wards and all. Try for installing organic waste converters or composting plants. You can contact if you have any problems or doubts or any issues regarding this, what type of organic waste converters and all to be provided. You are free to contact us, our Prakruthi Institute. We are ready to discuss with you, and depending on the sizes and all, we get various organic converters and digesters, all those things. Total MSU generally is about 7,500 TPD in state. This is our state, Karnataka state. Out of that 4,500.
Ramesh, sir, our director, sir, has joined.
Oh, nice, sir.
Director, sir, and any interactions continuously you are giving a good of input.
Sir.
Whether we can allow for interaction.
Oh, yes, we can have a small break. Yeah. So far, we have discussed on general how responsible we are to manage solid waste management, and specifically we started about rules. What are the present available rules?
The participants, especially the Karnik engineers, if you have any issues, any discussions, you can make.
Just yes, sir. For 1 or 2 minutes. We can have a break for interaction.
Your presentation is very well, sir. Highly informative, and also it is required a need of the hour. Otherwise, yes, future generation is at stake. So how they are going to live in metros or big cities. Now itself, a lot of issues are there. Bangalore is also facing a solid waste management in a big way. Even I came to know that the 1,600 crores of rupees spending on solid waste management.
Yes, sir.
And Bangalore itself.
Yes, sir.
still we are seeing lot of waste is dumped in there. Actually, it is you have clearly mentioned education is very important, and we have to lead educating our areas, wards. Then only things will move out. Otherwise, very very tough time. And finally, we may lose the what you call good quality of water, air. Every issue starts
Our
with this.
fertile land.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Anybody?
So, Director, sir, can.
Sir, Director, sir, I welcome you, sir, for this seminar.
I think he is not connected.
Sir, good evening, sir. Good evening.
Yeah.
Sir, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Wonderful session, sir. Sorry, I could not join. I was in meeting,
I
sir.
mentioned, sir,
I was in
meeting.
Yeah, just
in the beginning. Yes.
no, meeting is over. Just
Okay,
meeting
sir.
is over.
Nice, sir. Nice, nice.
Because this is required for not only for Bangalore site, it is required for all municipalities where all the Cornic engineers are there.
Yeah, it is really a burning
Yes.
issue, sir.
Yeah.
Metropolitan cities, especially.
Yeah. They should
Solid
think
waste
that
management.
they have to plan by taking this input how to solve the issues locally. It is a job of all civil engineers or construction engineers.
Yeah, they have to assist Deputy Commissioner, sir.
Yeah.
Correct.
At least
Correct.
they can go with a proposal and present to them how to manage all the code books also you have given, sir.
One of my center is really doing a wonderful job, sir. But Raichur Center for Isolation Technologies.
Very good.
Center is involved in solid waste management. And they are earning out of it, actually.
Even in Banglore would be also they are earning, sir. That
Yes.
is also a very good place, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
if funds provide, all the engineers can visit that places, Raichur and all. They can see the best practices and they can implement in their own premises.
Correct.
There is an
And
advantage.
segregation at source is really
Very much required,
sir. Actually, very much required. Otherwise, that will even they are increasing this one actually at the source level. If they are segregating it on their own, means they will provide them some incentive like this thing in Raichur.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is a very good practicing.
Even in Tamil Nadu, sir, Vellore has given
Vellore.
individual person has done garbage to gold.
Yeah.
He is in charge of entire city. He is collecting and he is transforming. He has YouTube lectures are available. Garbage to gold. I think Sendil Kumar from
Senthil.
Vellore.
Yes, sir. We have visited to Vellore plant also.
Even the
We
entire
have seen.
city is under the control of management of the solid waste.
Yes,
and
sir.
recycle, reuse is making him good money, and even he is giving a lot of awareness programs, street-wise, ward-wise, all these things. I have attended one of his lecture.
Yeah, sir. In dry waste, he is segregating 28 types.
See, sir.
Glass, syringes, chappals, like this. 28 varieties of recycling material he segregates. That Senthil, he has implemented one project in Kormangala area also in Bangalore.
Okay.
But Vellore, it is a wonderful model city. Even indoor have done wonderful work.
The government also supported, and the municipality also supported Vellore.
Yes, sir.
For his ideas and finally implemented, it is worth visiting and seeing the model.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
that
sir.
is very much required, sir.
Okay, sir. Please go ahead, sir. I think
Sorry.
Any questions? Any question?
Sorry for that. Sorry for the confusion. Please go. Please proceed.
Sir, any question he asked, Professor asked for this one. Anybody wants to discuss? They can raise.
Yes, sir. And at least I request all the participants to the chat box. You can post the questions.
Yeah, we can discuss at the end. That is also a good idea.
End only.
Yes, sir. So we will continue, sir. So, as per section 4 of this one, responsibility of municipal authority. What is the implementation of the? Yes, sir told Vellore is a wonderful town, and they supported even Vellore Institute of Medical Sciences, Vellore Institute of Technology. They have also taken a lot of initiatives for development, collection, storage, segregation, transportation, processing, and disposal of municipal solid in a proper manner. And the municipal authority shall make an application for pollution control board with all these facilities and all. Then it will be discussed and given. Municipal authority shall comply as per Schedule 1. There is one schedule in this Act that rules that should be followed. The municipal authority and how much quantity of waste they processed, how much quantity they segregated, that should be prepared annual report, and they should submit to Pollution Control Board. It will be in turn they will submit to Central Pollution Control Board. So this is to State Board and Committee. Responsibility of state government. The secretary in charge of urban development concerned shall have overall responsibility of the enforcement. District DC is overall responsibility of the city, and responsibility of Central Pollution Control, State Pollution. They should take the responsibility of maintaining compliance standards regarding this. So as we discussed, India's population 2001 census 102 crores. Urban was 285, urban areas were 5161. Now it is increased to 7,000. And urbanization at 2,700, 62% was the urban million. It was only 17% as per percentage in 1951. So when coming back to 2021, 41% is the total population is urbanization. So that is also causing problem on municipal solid waste generation. More big city, more pollution. Management of municipal segregation of waste, organize awareness programs, promote recycling and reuse of segregated material, and phased programs to ensure community to participate in waste segregation involving local resident welfare association, NGOs, etc. So what I request all of you to take help of Prakruthi Institute. We are ready to serve as an NGO for conducting any type of awareness or any suggestions, etc. So this is a transportation vehicle. This is a foreign this one photo. Vehicles should be covered, should not be visible to the public, not exposed to open environment. Transportation waste shall be so designed that multiple handling of waste prior to final is avoided. So it should be completely. Now we have big vehicles of 25-30 tons in Bangalore. You can see that will be meets the standards. Processing. What type of processing we can adopt for solid waste? That is what is biological compostable waste, composting, vermicomposting, anaerobic digestion, incineration with without energy recovery. Anaerobic digestion, using this technology, we can digest the material and produce energy. Incineration without energy recovery, with energy recovery. In foreign countries, because of cold status and cold countries, they incinerate all the waste, organic waste separated, then inorganic waste in their boilers and generate energy and give to the residents in pipe heating purpose. Reasons for improper management, we discussed this: lack of technically trained, lack of community involvement, lack of MIS, levy charges, and this also physical composition. This also we discussed. In this separate, there we told 30% is garbage. So here also you can see, out of this, leaves 13%, garbage 16%, hay and straw 6%, coconut shell 4.96%. This is one type of. This varies from place to place. It may be more in, for example, in Bangalore, they use a lot of coconuts and coconut shells. So it may be 1 or 2% vary, but overall you will get some 14 types of components in a urban waste. As I told you earlier, in Salem they have identified 28 components. Recommended approaches to waste management. Waste minimization is the first one, and material recycling, waste processing, resource recovery, and waste transformation from this one to other this one, and sanitary landfilling, limited land is a constraint. Processing, technically sound, it should be technically sound, it should be financially viable, eco-friendly, environment-friendly, easy to operate and maintain by long-term sustainability. Now in 2016 rules, that is co-processing has been mandated. Then all the local bodies, they should separate the whatever RDF, reduce derived fuel. So whatever racks, all those things, they can plastic, everything they can segregate and send it to cement factories. In Karnataka, we have identified 10 cement factories like that. So they accept waste. For example, Gulbarga, Raichur and all. Those cities, they send it to ACC. Bangalore, they send it to Vasavdata Cement. Tumkur, they send it to Amasandra Cement Factory. Like that, you should make use of nearby cement factories and waste. It should be used as coal substitute for their kilns. So if it is improperly managed, you can see a lot of air pollution is there. And this one. So this is a fresh arrived municipal solid waste. Lot of paper is there, plastic covers are there. If it is properly managed, so it will be, you have to freshly received garbage being loaded to shredder cum separator for segregation purpose. If it is thrown this and a fan is installed here, that will separate entire thing. So segregated organic matter after it's the same waste. You can see here how it is after separating the earlier slide, and you can see the difference. This was like this earlier, and now after segregation, this will be like this. This is easy for composting also, and it will convert into a beautiful, good manure. So as I told you, you can convert chappals, you can segregate cloths. This will go to, all this goes to cement factory for burning. Instead of coal, they use this. Tons of this one, glass. This will go to glass melting furnace. Plastic, this is going to recyclers for making pipes. You can see the buckets and all old black color buckets. All those things are done with this using reused plastic only. These are all the individual residences. You have to maintain like this: plastic, paper, cans. This is biomedical waste, all those things, your insulin, discarded medicines, all these things you can put here. Similarly, you can have individual bins, 4 bins or 3 bins, so that you can, in the residence, you can have and segregate properly and hand over to local municipality. So they immediately, they take, if it is a plastic, they give to plastic people. Paper, they used to give paper. Cans, it will go back. Now you might have seen in airport, in Mysore, Madras airport and all, they have already installed our Bisleri, all the bottles processing plant also. So domestic hazardous waste consists of sanitary pads, lead acid batteries, etc. This waste is collected in a separate bin. I have shown it, which is attached at the back of the waste collection vehicle. Waste composition in indoor. This is a indoor best practices, what you call. They have composition in table 1 and table figure type of waste and source. They have segregated organic, paper, and organic, but unless it contains food residues, plastic, glass, metal, and others. So this type of this one. Then what is organic? Food scraps, leaves, grass, brush, waste, wood, process residues, paper straps, cardboard, newspaper, magazine, bags, boxes, wrapping paper, telephone books, shredded papers, paper, beverage cups, strictly speaking, papering. And then organic, but unless it is contained by food residue, paper is not classified as organic. Plastic bottles, packing used containers, bags, lids, cups, glass bottles, broken glasswares, light bulbs, colored glasses, metal cans, foils, tins, non-hazardous aerosol cans, appliances, white goods like electrical and electronics applications, like your washing machines, all those things, railings, and others are textiles, leather, rubber, multi-laminates, e-waste, appliances, ash, other inert materials. Like this, they have segregated, and you can see in figure 2, 40% is paper, 5% is textile, 3% is plastic and rubber. This is 15% is inert. Only 15% should go to landfill site. This is metal, which is one. This one 3%. Glass and ceramic, this brown color 5%, and food and garden waste 27%. So you can, if you convert properly, so it is useful. Only you can see 40% or 27%. Food and garden waste is the composting one. Everything you can recycle like this. So sources of solid waste contains and typical waste generation: residential, individual, single or multi-family dwellings. What we generate: food waste, paper, cardboards, plastics, textiles, air waste like leaves, stems, etc. Wood, glass, metals, ashes, special waste like bulky items, consumer electronics, batteries, oil, tires, and household hazardous waste. Waste, what do you call it? Phenyl, all waste, drum, this one, detergent cans, all those things. And commercial, it may be stores, hotels, restaurants, markets, office buildings, etc. There they generate paper, cardboard, plastic, wood, food waste, glass, metal, special waste, and hazardous waste. So segregation is very much easy here if you properly plan it. Industrial, as you know, it is generated in manufacturing, the fabrication, construction sites, power and thermal plants, chemical plants, housekeeping waste, packing waste, food waste, construction and demolition waste, hazardous waste, ashes, and special waste. Institutions like engineering colleges or other small colleges, schools, hospitals, prisons, government centers, they're all institutions, apartments, not apartments, malls, all those things, paper, cardboard, plastics, wood, food waste, glass, metal, special waste, hazardous waste, e-waste, these are all coming here. And construction and demolition, new construction sites, if you are having earlier buildings that is demolished and you get lot of waste, renovation of sites, demolition of buildings, wood, steel, concrete, dirt, etc. Municipal services, street cleaning, landscaping, parks, beaches, other recreational, in the water and wastewater treatments. You get street sweepings, landscape and tree trimmings, general waste from parks, beaches, and other recreational areas, sludge from ETPs, effluent treatment plant, wastewater treatment plants, and process. We discussed this again: industrial process, scrap material, off-specification products, tilings, agriculture. This is spoiled food waste, agriculture waste like straws, bagasse, and then trash, all those things. Pesticides, pesticide cans, all these things will come as agriculture waste. So how to process? This is advanced filtering for fuel, briquette, and organic manure. If you, after segregated of waste, if you send it like this in this type of plant, you get beautiful briquettes or something like that. This is converted into fine powders after sieving. This is waste to fuel. If you properly manage, we are in Karnataka, in Bangalore also, we are getting one waste to energy plant, and this energy is transported, generated electricity and transported to our grid. Pune and all, they are having this type of activity. This is the storage for inert waste. This is in Bangalore only, we have taken photographs. So this is for inert waste storage. It should be impervious. So that's why they have made clay puddling and inert concrete. And on this, they have already laid a sheet, plastic sheet. Disposal of municipal solid waste. Landfilling shall be restricted to non-biodegradable inert waste and other waste that are not suitable either for recycling or for biological processing. So till now we have discussed on municipal solid waste management rules 2000. Now after that 2016 we got amendment in this one, and they made, instead of municipal solid, It is only solid waste management rules, so applicable to all. Now they are applicable to beyond municipal areas and have included urban agglomeration, census towns, notified industrial townships, area of control in the Indian railways, airports, special economic zones, places of pilgrimage, religious and historical importance, state and central government organization in their orbit. As per these rules, all these things are all covered. Now, here also same thing, segregation of source mandated, and collection and disposal of sanitary waste. Manufacturer and brand owners of sanitary napkins are responsible to awareness of proper disposal of such waste by generator. They should have properly, you can see on the sanitary napkins or anything, how to dispose, all those things they will put nowadays. Collect back scheme for packaging waste as per brand owners. This is under extended producers responsibility, EPR. Brand owners like your whatever shirts or Peter England, whatever you buy, that plastic covers or market in packaging material, non-biodegradable, should be put in place a system, collect back the packaging waste generated due to their production. And user fee collection also. The local bodies to decide the user fees. Municipal will levy user fee for collection and disposal process from bulk generator. Overall bulk generators, your hotels, your malls, commercial complexes, they are all bulk generators. So they have to pay user fee to the waste collector and the spot fine if they are not non-segregation, the quantum of which will be decided by the local bodies. And integration of rag pickers, waste pickers, kabadi walas from the informal sector to the formal sector by the state government has to do. And zero tolerance for throwing, burning, burying solid waste generated on streets, open public space outside. For this, even in BBMP, they have made 500 rupees fine for if they dispose. But implementation of the law is a tough task. And as I told you, educated people, they themselves, they bring and waste, throw the waste into the common area, which it should not be stopped. Waste processing, biodegradable waste should be processed, treated, disposed, and 1 million and more to within 2 years they have made this one, promoting use of compost. Department of Fertilizer should make 3 to 4 bags fertilizer and all promote. They mix this type of compost with their regular this one and biocompost and all. You might have seen in this one. They use a lot of now this one. Even if you go through your whatever industries or fertilizer industry, it is a mandate to use compost material. And waste to energy also, they emphasize RDF. As I told you, reduced derived fuel. It should be 100, if it is within 100 kilometer radius, like Raichur, Gulbarga and all, they send it to nearby industry. It should have a calorific value minimum of 1500 kilocalories. Then only it can be used in cement factories. And Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Sources should facilitate. They have fixed responsibility to all. Revision of parameters also they made. Management of hilly areas, how to manage, and monitoring committees they have made. However, it is way ahead. It will take almost 4 to 5 years to see the drastic change. It would be challenging to see how segregation of source shall work on the ground, because we have to work. Massive awareness is required with communities, NGOs, students, other stakeholders need to be planned to push the better implementation of these rules. The rules need to focus on making solid waste management a people's movement by taking the issues, concerns, management of solid waste to citizens and grassroots. Without the participation of communities, NGOs and students, it is not possible to implement all these rules. Even our police has to be strict, or BBMP or corporation, local bodies, political will, everything is required for implementing this type of laws. So conclusion is this is, I am ending my this one discussions. Pollution is a threat to the ecosystem in recent years. Pollution negatively affects human plant health. It also reduces the yield and quality of crops. Meteorological conditions play a significant role in the total impact of pollution on the environment, both regionally and also globally. Vegetation can intercept, absorb, assimilate, significantly reduce the concentrations of sulfur dioxide or nitrogen oxides. Trees are more efficient in reducing the pollutants, so we should go for more tree plantation. If anybody is going for trekking, they should carry tree balls or seeds, something like that. Wherever they go, they can put some seeds. It will go on grow on their own. So reduce number of vehicles, stop cutting trees, relook into the policy for environmental protection. So we should earlier we were telling only 3R principle, that is reduce, reuse, recycle. Now the present scenario is 6R principles. You should rethink what could be done differently to reduce the waste. Refuse. If it is not, it is affecting the environment, we should refuse the use of these materials and reduce. Can the use of materials be reduced? So reduce means your a penny saved is a penny gained. Like that, you can reduce the usage of materials so that your waste generation is also directly reduced. Reuse. Can the product be used again for another purpose? That we should think. Recycle. Can materials be used that are easy to recycle when the product is finished with? That should also be think. Repair. Can the product be repaired instead of throw out? Why should we throw out? Instead of that, we can repair and make use. These are all 6R principles of sustainability. We should think, rethink, refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and repair. This is very much required for the day. And circular economy. This is also one of the important topic for the present day economic system. It is eliminating waste and continual use of resources. Circular system employ reuse, sharing, repair, refurbishment, remanufacturing, and recycling to create a closed loop system. Earlier it was not there, use and throw. Now we should go for closed loop system, minimizing the use of resource. Why we need to switch to circular economy? Decreasing demand for raw material, reduction in CO2 emissions, dependence on other countries for imports will reduce. That is very much important. Our foreign exchange is reduced. This is the circular economy: reuse, repair, recycle, production, and distribution, consumption. Like this, you should use. This will cause a circular. Earlier, we were thinking of take, make, and dispose. It is a waste. Now we should think production, use, return, reuse, make. Again, you should go to factory, and it may be a different factory, but it should not go to the land. So conservation, adopt 6R principles of sustainability, provide primary effluent treatment plants before handing over to CETP, so that reduction of waste is done at the source itself. This is with reference to water pollution. And zero liquid, zero emission discharge concept should be adopted. Install treatment plants, emission control systems, do not discharge, treat water to the standards and utilize for secondary purpose. Do not discharge wastewater or any type of water to the stormwater drain, stream, rivers, lakes, or underground, either treated, untreated, partially treated, and cause pollution. Do not cause air pollution. Keep your vehicles in good condition. Operate air pollution control equipment regularly. It is not only air pollution control equipments, even water pollution control equipments also. Once you install treatment plants, your responsibility is not ceased. You have to maintain the treatment plant, operate the treatment plants, and treat the effluents or wastewater generated by you to the standard stipulated pollution control board, and discharge properly, and reduce the consumption of fossil fuels. Manage waste scientifically, whether it is solid waste, hazardous waste, e-waste, C&D waste, whatever it may be, scientifically in a sustainable, environment-friendly manner. This I was telling earlier, PM Modi at COP26, which concluded about 3 months back, he has promised to the committee that India will achieve net zero emissions by 2070. India will bring its non-fossil energy capacity to 500 gigawatts, that is renewable energies, by 2030. India will bring its economic carbon intensity down to 45%, carbon discharge CO2 emissions 45%, and India will fulfill 50% of its energy requirement through renewable energy by 2030. India will reduce 1 billion tons of carbon emissions by 2030. He has promised. It is a commitment made by Honorable Prime Minister. We should all work together to achieve this. This is not only Prime Minister cannot do. All industries, individuals, we have to work on this to reduce our emissions. How to limit your carbon footprints. This is in COP26. It is also discussed. Small changes can make big difference in the long run. For example, when it comes to transportation, food, clothing, waste, etc. Here are some tips. Food. Consume local and seasonal products. You need not consume American, Australian apple. You can consume local mangoes. That is better. And then limit meat consumption, especially beef, etc. So that go for vegans and all. Select fish from sustainable fishing. Bring reusable shopping bags and avoid products with excessive plastic packaging. I have shown you some bags are distributed from NGOs. Similar things can be done in this one also. When I was serving in Pollution Control Board, when some temples, they were requesting us to give cloth bags, so that instead of putting prasadam in their plastic covers, they changed over to cotton cloth bags, so that they bring towards sustainability. Make sure to buy only what you need to avoid waste. Purchasing power is more nowadays, but you should think only what you need. You have to use. Clothing also, take good care of your clothes. Try swapping, borrowing, renting, buying second hands. Buy responsibly made clothes made from recycled material with an ecological, this one. Transport, cycle, use public transport. Be smart about when and how do you try to train your next holidays, and try the trains. Pulling of vehicles. If you are going to office, you can pull the vehicles. That is also energy. Turn down the heating. It will already take short showers. Turn off the water while you brush your teeth. Unplug your electronic equipment. Don't leave your phone or charge. Don't store unnecessary data in the cloud. Select energy efficient products with what do you call star ratings, A labels. Limit and recycle your waste. Our president of COP26, he told, we can now say with credibility that we have kept 1.5 degrees alive, but its pulse is weak. It will only survive if we keep our promises and translate. Fossil fuels phase down, climate finance, near-term climate goals, carbon markets. We should carbon markets like carbon credits and all. It should be done again. This is the Glasgow climate meet, which was done in March. And for office, a green tips is make double-sided copies, use emails for memos and all, reuse the file folders, using a mug instead of disposal cups, turn off machines, get plants, absorb indoor plants, keep green office gifts, purchase copy paper with at least 30% recyclable, buy processed chlorine-free and lower basis paid paper. When purchasing office suppliers, consider recycled products more. Purchase remanufactured or recycled toners, cartridge. Choose a vendor with a take-back program to recycle used cartridge. That will do a lot of good things. So, as I told you in the beginning itself, Bhumi, this environment, this earth, it is only a rented this one. It is only a loan for the next generation. We should not pollute. 2019, we were having greenery all around, good lakes, rivers and all. We used to carry bags. After in 2019, we started with bottle technology. There is no greenery around us. In 2029, we may have to carry oxygen cylinders like this. So it is environmental pollution is nothing but our next generation future we are spoiling. With this, I think I can conclude. Earth has enough to fulfill the need of everyone, but not enough to satisfy the greed of a single people. Mahatma Gandhi has told we have to follow like this. With this, I conclude. I thank you. If you want any information, please contact us. We are there to help you out. And thank you. If any questions are there, please, we will discuss.
Now, the time is the participants. I request participants, if any queries are there, please interact with the speaker. The speaker today has presented the overall view of solid waste management aspects, what we are facing, how to overcome all these issues following 6 hours. Since today onwards, we have to take a pledge after leaving this seminar. We will follow all these things because it has to start from us. Then we have to educate our family members. Then we educate our street. Then we educate our ward. So, being an educated person, we have to take a lead for solid waste management. Then only this problem can be solved. Otherwise, you can see Bangalore is in world map, but actually a lot of the solid waste management not, even though the government of Karnataka spending almost 1,600 to 1,800 crores, still the problem is not solved. Is it not? Therefore, it is our responsibility. Ramesh sir has clearly mentioned every individual must involve and educate your family and adjacent houses in the street. See, this is, we have to spend at least Sundays 1 hour with all our people, the society to educate, then only we can solve. Just by listening and going without doing anything, the purpose will not serve. And also all the engineers and all the civil engineers, I can say, were all participated. See, now it is a high time. We have to show some interest and we have to dedicate some time out of 24 hours or a weekly basis to educate our surrounding people. Then only we can solve this. And sir, you have presented very well. With you have given the what are the various sources, how to recycle, reuse, and all these things. And also you have presented all the code books, details available. See, 2,000 crore BIS codes are yesterday I shared in a group. It is available free of cost. I request all the Carnic engineers to download. At least you study the code books available. The code books will give some directions, some ideas how to take up all these perennial issues. Society is facing, these are the perennial problem. Not only this solid waste management, including municipal waste management also, because this is also part of the construction management upskilling program we have made. And when I requested Ramesh Kumar, and also he is happily accepted. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of our society, on behalf of our director and my own, I'll thank you very much. My wholehearted thanks to you. You almost spent 2 hours. Your energy levels are very high, sir. And also the content what you prepared is very useful to all of us. And this lecture also made a YouTube, and we will share all these YouTube lectures to all engineers who are all participated here, and it is available in our website. And we are going to release the website details shortly. And all the lectures what we have planned in online, it is available in website. Even we will share to the delegates who are all registered here. Now, any participants, please ask any queries if it is there. Surendra Patil. Surendra Patil. I saw he is Surendra
Yes,
Patil.
sir. Yes, sir.
Please ask, because I saw your video is on. You can ask any queries with the speaker. You can on the video. Please introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, then ask.
So good evening, sir. My name is Surendra Patil. I'm working as assistant engineer in Cashew Tech Nirmiti Kendra, Shakti Nagar, Raichur district, sir.
Oh, very good.
Okay, sir. Our institution is also we have one Scotch Order of Merit jointly for Raichur CMC and Cashew Tech for effective implementation of solid waste management in the year 2016-17, sir.
Okay. So what directors are mentioned just few minutes back.
Yes.
He is a worker along with the director, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes.
Raichur.
Yeah, Surendra.
Raichur,
yeah,
sir.
so just Cashew Tech is involved in this, as I already told.
Yes,
and Surendra Patil is part of it. And and they have done wonderful work there actually. Surendra Patil, you can ask practical difficulties what you are facing during your this thing with association with Raichur municipalities. So you can see clarification with sir. Sir has got, I think.
Even we can arrange one workshop there also. We can arrange
Yes.
one workshop.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
Yeah.
It will be
Just you can mobilize all
helpful
the
for in
NGOs.
educating.
Yeah,
Sir,
NGOs.
my
You
one
can
thing
find
is
solution.
it is difficult to educate the educated one. That is the present difficulties now situation.
The all educated people are creating too much of waste. The uneducated people are managing that waste at the ground level.
Yes, sir. Sir, Ramesh sir has showed one photograph, sir. I have taken that screenshot.
Okay.
That I think that is from Bangalore. See,
Yes.
8:30, everybody will leave the house. They carry one carry bag, plastic carry bag. Some one area will be there in some area. I
They will
actually
dump
saw
it
in
drains only.
Vijayanagara. Yes.
Everywhere. It is about 1,000 hotspots we have identified in Bangalore.
Yes, sir. They will be in hurry, sir. They will be in hurry.
Yeah.
They will be carrying one carry bag, that all waste, solid, liquid, wet waste, solid waste, everything all mix.
Ramesh sir, why
And
you cannot ban
they are
all the
neatly
plastic?
dressed. You should watch, sir. They are neatly dressed. They'll be carrying that garbage. They'll throw it like anything, and they'll run for the bus stop.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So you need to educate the educated, sir. That is the difficulty.
Last week, if you have seen in newspapers, in Mumbai, more honking, more waiting period. That means
Yes,
ಹಾರ್ನ್
sir.
ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರು, ಹಾರ್ನ್
Horn
ಮಾಡೋರ್ನ
ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
1/4 ಗಂಟೆ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ನಿಲ್ಸೋದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವ್ರು.
Okay.
ಅವನ್ನ ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಒಂದು ಡೆಸಿಬಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನ್ನ 1 hour ನಿಲ್ಸು.
1 hour.
1 hour waiting.
As a
ಆ
punishment.
ಬಸ್ಸೇ ನಿಂತು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಾರೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ನು ಕೂತಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀನ್ ಹಾರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ. ಆತರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೆಪ್ಟಿ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಂದು ಯಾರನ್ನಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಯಾರನ್ನಾರೋ ಆ ಹಾಟ್ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾರು ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೋ ಕಸ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ 1 hour ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋ, ಫೈನ್ ಬೇಡ, ಅವ್ನು ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅವನು. ಸೊ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಂಡು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಲಿ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್.
ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅದು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ
ಅದರ್ ಫೈನ್ ಗಿಂತ ಇದು ಬೆಟರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಫೈನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್.
ಇದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಮುಂಬೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಇದು.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಹಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಾರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ.
ಹಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್. ಎಸ್.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ತರ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟೆಡ್.
Suresh sir, Ramesh sir, I have one question. You have mentioned lot of the paper milk covers are not available in the solid waste, but other plastics are available. Why we cannot ban totally, sir?
ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, 11/3/2016 it was banned. All thin plastic are in carry bags are banned in Karnataka state, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and very few states. Subsequently, this and policing was done wonderfully. The joint committee was visiting to shops, local people, and wholesalers, and all. They were confiscating. In between, COVID came. So that these rides and all have come down. I think BBMP and government is thinking of reintroducing that penalty clause and all.
Okay.
So once it is done, again it will come down. You may be remembering in 2019-18, drastic reduction in plastic, thin plastic and all. Now since 2-3 months, you can see again that plastic carry bags have come to market.
Yes, sir. Sir, there is a one question from the chat box. Parvataraj Beldasuru. Sir, can provide complete outline required to set up a solid waste management from collection, processing, and compositing. I think hope he is from Karnataka. Parvataraj, you are from which place? Parvataraj. Yeah, please ask. You all engineers must have.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Sir, our project director wants to have some words. I will just log in now.
Yeah.
It is in one second. ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. ಅವ್ರ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಓಕೆ
ಸರ್, ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಲಾಗ್.
ಓಕೆ. ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಸುರೇಂದ್ರ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಸರ್ ಇದಾರಾ?
ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸರ್? ಓಕೆ. ಸರ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ
ಸರ್.
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್.
Sir, please go ahead, sir. Please ask the queries to Engineer Ramesh Kumar. He is the chairman of Prakruthi Institute of Environmental Studies.
Hello, sir. Namaskar, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, namaste.
ರಮೇಶ್ ಸರ್, ಶರಣ್ ಬಸಪ್ಪ ಪಟ್ಟೆ ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶೋಟೆಕ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್, ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಫಾರ್
Environment Conservation. Shan Basappa sir, and request him to clarify the queries with Engineer Ramesh Kumar sir.
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
Thank you, sir.
ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ರಮೇಶ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬರೀ ಅವ್ರ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತಗೊಳಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಲೈ ಆಶ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ರಾಯಚೂರು ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ರಾಯಚೂರು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅಂದಂಗೆ ಅವರು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿರ್ಮಿತಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್.
Congratulations sir. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Happy to hear also.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿರೋದನ್ನ ಯು ಶೋಕೇಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್
Yes, sir.
ವಿಡಿಯೋನೋ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಿ
Sir.
DM ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಗೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ
Yes, sir.
ಅರ್ಬನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್
Yes.
ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್.
Definitely, sir.
ಸೊ ದಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ನ ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ರೆಕಮೆಂಡ್. ಈವನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಾರು ಇದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಇಂಡೋರ್ದು ತೋರಿಸ್ದೆ, ತಮ್ಮ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ರು ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೇಳಿ. ಇಂಡೋರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಬಾಬು ಸರ್ ವೆಲ್ಲೂರ್ದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ವೆಲ್ಲೂರ್ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿಗೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆತರ ನೀವೇನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರೋ ನಾವು ಶೋಕೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇರೆಯವರು ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್, ಸರ್ಟನ್ಲಿ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್. ಸರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗುಡ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್ CMC ರಾಯಚೂರು. ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಸ್ವಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಕ್ಯಾಶೋಟೆಕ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, CMC ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಅವರು ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ವಿಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರು ಸರ್, ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಲೈ ಆಶ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಮಂಡೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಸರ್. ಮಂಡೇ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರೀಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್.
ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ ಅದನ್ನ. ಇವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೊಪ್ಪಳ್ಗೆ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಇಂದ 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಕೊಪ್ಪಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಅದು ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೊಪ್ಪಳ ಮಾಡಲ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನೊಂದೆರಡು ಫೋಟೋ ತೋರಿಸ್ದೆ ಅದನ್ನ. ಆತರ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನೇನು ಹೆವಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಕೊಪ್ಪಳಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಊರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಬ್ರಿಕೇಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾರ ಹಣ ಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ DMA ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್.
ಸರ್, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಣದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಏನು ಬರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲೇನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಸುಮಾರು 38 ಲಕ್ಷದಷ್ಟು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ನ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. 1 kg 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾರ್ದಂಗೆ ತಂದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ ಸರ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ 2 ಲೋಡ್ ಚಪ್ಪಲ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಪುರ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದು 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ kg ಹಂಗೆ. ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಆಗದೇನೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ನಮಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಅದೇ
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಲ್ಲಂತಂದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ವಾರ್ಡ್ ಟು ವಾರ್ಡ್ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ 7 ವಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 35 7 ವಾರ್ಡ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಬಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಇನ್ನು ಇದಾಗ್ತೇನೋ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಇವರು ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿ ಅವರು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಏನೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಆಸೆ ಬಂತು. ಈಗ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಲೆಟರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವನ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಂಗಿನ ಎಳೆನೀರು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕುಡಿತಾರೆ ಈ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಸಿಲು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಳೆನೀರು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ನಾರು ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಾಯ್ಲರ್ ಗೋವಾಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಕೋಕೋಪಿಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ.
ಕೋಕೋಪಿತ್.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀಯೂಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಸರ್. ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನು ಅದನ್ನ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವರು ಟಾರ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಬ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ರದೇ ಮೇನ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಟಾರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಸರ್ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕೇರಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಯರ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕೇರಳ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವು ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ ಈಗ ಪಾಟ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ತರ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ನೀರಿನ ಇದನ್ನ ಇಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿನ ಗಿಡ ಹಾಕೋದು.
ಅದೇ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫೋನಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ.
ಹೌದು, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫೋನಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ತರ. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಾಯರ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕೇರಳ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ.
ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್.
ಹೌದು,
ಮಾಡುವ ಸರ್, ಅದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನ ವೆಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತೂ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್.
ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್.
ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, US ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇದಾರೆ ಸರ್. ಅವರು ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ರು. ಅವರು ನಾವು ಸೇರಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಇವನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಇವನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸುಮಾರು ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ರೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಸರ್. ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಅದೇನೆ ಸರ್, ತಾವೊಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು. ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಬಾಬು ಕೆನ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇನ್ ದೇರ್ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ರಾಯಚೂರ್ ಅಂತ.
You just give this sir, ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಡಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಔಟ್ಲೈನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ.
Yes sir, yes sir, definitely sir. Thank you sir.
What is the feedback given sir about the course, Sandeep Patil ಅವರು?
Sir,
course
ಸುರೇಂದ್ರ ಪಾಟೀಲ್
ಸರ್.
ಸುರೇಂದ್ರ ಪಾಟೀಲ್
ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಈ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ಕೋರ್ಸ್ yes sir, definitely ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ.
Okay. See, you have to take, because being an engineer, we all having responsibility. I'm not asking only you people, but something should be taken from this 52 days upskilling program, and you should implement something at least on 10%. That is only our wish. That is the purpose of this upskilling program. And we are all spending a lot of time, and we are conducting series of lectures. Yes,
sir. Starting 2015 ಅಲ್ಲಿ I was joined Cashotech sir actually. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನಮ್ಗಿನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅನಿಲ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಇದ್ರು. ಈ ಟುಕ್ ಮಿ ಟು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ 0 ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಸರ್ ಇದೇನ್ ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಆ ತರ ನಾನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನಂತರ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಚ್ ಇಟ್, ಫ್ಯೂ ಡೇಸ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಚ್ ಇಟ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ನಿನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಲುಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ನೌ ಟುಡೇ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ most related is it?
No, like construction management only, not the construction of the buildings. We have to see how to manage all smart cities. See, now they have a new concept of managing this waste management. That is a big subject. Smart cities with IoT application, they are going to manage this waste, because the smart techniques they are adopting, IoT applications, all these things. There is a next guest lecture with their IoT applications on smart cities. I think any questions from other engineers?
ನಮ್ಮ ನಿರ್ಮಿತಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳ ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಶೋಟೆಕ್ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಡೈವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಟ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಗಳು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ವುಡ್ಕಾ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ರೀಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
Sir, congratulations to you and your team, sir, and also current team, because if all are joined together, like-minded people, definitely we can achieve, sir. Whatever we propose, we will achieve definitely. This is
sir, one more point I want to add. Hello, sir. Ramesh Kumar sir starting session ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಮಿತಾ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಹೌದು, ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಹೌದು,
yes sir, she visited our Cashotech sir.
ನೋಡ್ರಿ.
Oh, congratulations.
visited.
She is 90 plus ಈಗ 80 ವರ್ಷನೋ 90 ವರ್ಷನೋ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ನಮ್ ಸರ್, ನಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಫೀಸ್ ವಿಸಿಟೆಡ್. ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ವಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಒನ್, ನಮ್ ಸರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು PPT ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಟ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಅವ್ರ ರೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕರೆದು 2000 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅಟ್ರಿಯಾ ಹೋಟ್ಲ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಆಲ್ಮಿತ್ರ ಪಟೇಲ್ ವಾಸ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್. ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, 1 day ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಾಯಚೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಬಾಬು ವಿಲ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್.
Definitely, sir.
One
We
day.
will visit because we wish to see that also place. And
ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಬಾಡೀಸ್, ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟೀಸ್, ನಿರ್ಮಿತಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳು ಕರೆದು ಒಂದು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. 100 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ.
Yes sir.
Definitely sir. We will visit sir, because we have to see what
ಆವಾಗ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೈಟ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ
model studies
15-16 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದರು.
Okay. Any other questions?
ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಪಟ್ಟದ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರು.
ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಬಂದವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್.
Okay.
ಅದೇ ಸರ್, ಪಟೇಲ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರೇ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಸರ್. ಅಲ್ಮಿತ್ರಾ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಕ್ಯಾಶುಟಲ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ
ಹೌದು, ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದ್ರು.
ನೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಡೆಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ಮೇಡಮ್. ನಾನು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೆಟ್ ಸೆವೆರಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್.
ಓಕೆ.
ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಮಿಟಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ದು ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗಂಡಸರಿಗೂ ಇರೋಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
I think if there is no questions, we can conclude.
Yes sir.
Yes sir. So I'll thank engineer Ramesh Kumar sir for spending his valuable time with us and sharing a lot of inputs with respect to solid waste management. And on behalf of our society, the Skill Development Board, and also on behalf of the director and my own behalf, and on behalf of participants, I'm very much thankful to you, sir. We need some more lectures on this in this slide. One is a green audit, actually how to do auditing procedures. I know you are a consultant for a green audit, environmental audit, and energy audit. If one or two sessions in the next, I think all Nirmiti Kendra people, they have to go for a green auditing. There is a lecture on green buildings, how to design also. I'll thank you once again to all of you. I'll thank our director sir for joining this online. And also I'll thank all the project directors from various Nirmiti Kendras, and also Nirmiti Kendra engineers and CMTI trainees, and all my students of previous college. And also a few students joined from Coimbatore. I'll thank the HOD of that college, Achil madam, and their team. Yeah, because they're supporting in a good way to learn many things. That shows how much interest today the students are having, engineers are having. Almost 35 plus, initially 50 plus, but there is a YouTube also link is given, sir. Some 50 members are seeing through YouTube. Then I thank once again for the wonderful presentation and the informative lecture given by Engineer Ramesh Kumar sir. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to discuss with you, sir.
And also I request all the participants, please fill the feedback. It is required for further improvement. And also the certification and attendance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, director, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir, want to meet you, sir, personally once, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we will meet yes, at Prakruthi Institute, sir. It is near Sadashiv Nagar.
And also, sir, actually our student, our all engineers are visited their companies. Yes, sir. They attended Eco Green Solution also.
Nam Dodballapuralli we have a plant, CETP and laboratory.
You can arrange one guest lecture here also. Sadashiv Nagar you have office, no? Very near.
Yes, sir. We can arrange.
Also, sir is always there in the MS building, very near.
Oh, yes.
Sadashiv Nagar is very near to him to meet you.
We'll have, sir, one